All right, ladies and gentlemen, good Tuesday morning. It is time to get airborne with our Afterburner Traders and Investors Summit. I'm coming to you from beautiful Aspen, Colorado. Got my flight suit on because I'm heading home after I do my presentation from 9 to 10 o'clock, and we have a full day of live trading and training ahead. Really excited for this. So obviously you got me at 0900. You got Jody Samuels from FX Traders at 10. Then we got our good friend Anka Metcalf. Been friends with Anka for a long time. Brilliant trader. Love everything she does. Good buddy of mine as well, Fausto. And that's obviously not 12 a.m. Let me fix that since that's 12 p.m. Fausto's a great dude. I'm going to be talking to his folks on Thursday. And then we have Jeff Tompkins from Altos and Marina Villatoro, the trader chick. And obviously following last 3 p.m., Vincent with the Wall Street Trading Institute, WSTI. Really excited for today. Let's start with this. Why should you be listening to me this morning? Well, especially since I own the place and I'm kicking this off. Take a look at the Barclays Hedge Fund Index, okay? Close to 2,000 hedge funds that they've surveyed. Take a look at how they're doing, ladies and gentlemen, year to date. Brianna, yep, this is recorded. It is recording right now. So if you have to leave throughout the day, obviously since it's a packed day, don't worry about it. If you close go to webinar, just use the same link that you got in the room to reopen it. So you can come and go throughout the day, and we are going to record everything. So, yep, good question. So nearly 7%. 7%. The average hedge fund is up almost, I'll round up. I'll give them that since they're the smart money, right? They're up almost 7%. Now, I want you to take a look at my personal brokerage account. I took this screenshot this morning before I got my cup of coffee. 100, if you'll allow me to round up, 133%. Hedge funds, smart money. I'm brilliant. I'm a Wall Street guy. I went to Wharton. 7% versus my 133%. And I want you to take a look at the S&P 500 for the past 6 months. Look at the S&P 500, folks. It looks like a heart rate monitor, right? It hasn't been doing up and to the right, right? Like this, just kind of up and to the right. It's been all over the place. Whoa. Look at how volatile the S&P 500 has been for the past 6 months. Look at that. You see inside that yellow box? Look at how nuts that was. We had a big implosion down and a massive bounce up. Take a look at that yellow box and then take a look at this yellow box. Where has my portfolio destroyed the so-called smart money? In that extremely volatile time. So at TOPGUN Options, folks, I can make money up, down, or sideways. It doesn't matter which way the market is going. As an options trader, I can potentially profit in any market condition. Between us ladies, I'd prefer a down market or a volatile market. Why? Because options premiums go through the roof. It's like owning an insurance company in Florida during hurricane season, man. Premiums go through the roof. So I love volatility. I love a down market. Anybody, folks, can make money in an up market. That's what's funny. When times are good and everybody's just sitting there laughing, oh, I'm such a brilliant trader. Yeah, okay, great. Everybody is. But they're not. The brilliant traders are the ones that print money as the market's imploding or just volatile all over the place. So that's why you should listen to me. Our model portfolios are crushing it. I manage 4 model portfolios. You're going to see here at TOPGUN Options: primary, solo Amazon, weekly options, and our accelerated retirement portfolio, a little bit more conservative. So my mission objective today in the hour part of my brief is to give you an up-to-date intelligence brief. Hey, what's going on in the market today? Big week today, tomorrow, with inflation numbers. We're getting CPI this morning. We're getting PPI tomorrow, and we have Jerome Powell and a Fed meeting tomorrow. So I gotta give you an up-to-date intelligence brief. And you're going to learn how to trade options. And I'm going to show you how to turn panic into profit. If you don't know who I am, ladies and gentlemen, I know all of our strategic partners send out emails, so maybe this is the first time you're meeting me. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. Flew the F-18 Hornet for about 15 years for the United States Navy. Graduated from the Navy Fighter Weapons School, which many of you know as Top Gun, as an adversary pilot, and also deployed in support of Operation Southern Watch, Operations Noble Eagle, and Enduring Freedom. I was on board the USS Abraham Lincoln and the Kitty Hawk, in addition to a bunch of other carriers where I taught young Navy and Marine fighter pilots how to land the F-18 aboard the ship. What's this have to do with trading? Everything. As a young kid from South Jersey, I was taught service above self. Wanted to love the ocean, wanted to fly, so became a Navy fighter pilot. Folks, you don't join the Navy to get rich. Clearly, you don't join the military to get rich. So I was always interested in finance in the background. I knew that military retirement sucks. So I taught myself when I was on active duty how to trade stocks and options. And it worked incredibly well. Why did it work incredibly well? Because I simply applied everything I was learning as a fighter pilot to my trading. Having a strategy, implementing tactics, contingency planning. Before getting airborne, knowing what I'm going to do if something goes wrong. Managing risk. Now, a picture of me inverted over Fallon, Nevada at Top Gun, you're probably like, okay, this guy's a big risk taker, and you'd be completely wrong. I love myself way too much to let anything bad happen to me. I love my portfolio too much to let anything bad happen to that. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, trading is a form of combat. Somebody's going to win and somebody's going to get their ass handed to them. Which one of those do you want to be? So my trading worked incredibly well, just simply applying everything I learned as a fighter pilot. And what you're going to learn here at Top Gun Options is this is not hard. Not super easy, otherwise everybody would do it, but it ain't hard, right? Landing aboard the ship at night in bad weather, low on fuel might look hard, but it's the training that gives you the skills to be able to do that. And that's what I'm going to do here at Top Gun Option, is train you how to do that. My trading was going so well on my own that I popped up on the radar of one of the largest volatility arbitrage firms, headquartered right there in the Chicago Board of Trade. Everybody should know that building. It's the CBOT, Chicago Board of Trade, right in downtown Chicago. I had a blast when I was there. Helped build a hedge fund. I helped build a retail brokerage. Some of you might have traded at, called Options House. It was a really good time. That's old. That's young Wiz, long time ago on the floor. Man, it was a blast. But I jokingly tell people I felt like Eddie Murphy in Trading Places. Just a stupid retail trader on the streets, going to meet the smart money. Folks, I've got to tell you from my time in Chicago on Wall Street, the smart money ain't that smart. Matter of fact, a lot of the smart money are complete idiots. It always cracks me up on CNBC, legendary investor this, or, folks, these people ain't that smart. I've been in these rooms and I've looked around and gone, man, most of you are actually pretty damn stupid. We are the smart money, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking at one of the only guys on the face of the planet that predicted the market crash due to COVID. We can talk about that. I wrote a book about it. But ladies and gentlemen, I was the managing director of strategy for Peak Six Investments, multi-billion-dollar firm. I was the founder and CEO of the Options News Network. We were essentially the CNBC for options, right? CNBC, well, they used to pay lip service to options with John and Pete Najarian, but apparently they got clipped. So I really don't even hear them talk about options too much anymore on CNBC, which is a crime, because options are better, more profitable, and in my opinion, safer than trading stocks. But that's just me. So as I said, wrote a book, COVID Crash, From Panic to Profit. Remember all the legendary investors and the smart money when the COVID market crash hit? Hell, what was the one guy's name? It just went out of my head. We need to close the stock market for a couple days to stop, I'm like, no, dude. No. Just because you're long right now and you don't know apparently how to trade options, this is what happens. Markets need to be able to function. Thank God they didn't listen to some of these smart money guys. Oh, close the markets and everything's bad. I'm like, no. I made over $2.5 million in like weeks as all those guys panicked, right? All the way down, what did they tell us? Oh, this is the bottom. I buy here. Stocks look good. What? Donald Trump even did that. He sent out a tweet one day. I'd be a buyer of stocks here. Stocks look good. The next day, the Dow went down 3,000 points. And of course, he deleted that tweet. So the smart money ain't that smart, folks. You can read my book about how we turned panic into profit. I'm also the Max Afterburner podcast host. It's ranked in the top 2.5% of podcasts in the world. So make sure you check out the Max Afterburner podcast. I do some charity work. My biggest charity work right now and my biggest crowning achievement is the No Fallen Heroes Foundation. That's why I'm out here in Aspen. I've been out here for about a week. If you're a hockey player, you know who this guy is. We took Henrik Lundqvist flying, the ambassador of Madison Square Garden. Took him flying, Hall of Fame, great, obviously from the Rangers. Scotty Upshaw, took him flying as well. We're out here to support Colorado Extreme. It's a charity that gives underprivileged kids access to playing hockey. So we kind of did a joint fundraising event. I brought our L-39 fighter jet out here that we're flying back to Florida this afternoon, me and my boy. And we raised money not only for the Colorado Extreme, but for the No Fallen Heroes Foundation. You can go check out nofallenheroes.com and see what our mission is. But we are a nonprofit dedicated to saving and changing the lives of our veterans, first responders, and their families using psychedelic assisted therapy. So I'm really honored and proud of the work that we do here at the No Fallen Heroes Foundation. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. And now that you know a little bit about me and what we do here, I love this picture because that's my beautiful family as we left Chicago and started Top Gun Options. Because no offense to anybody from the Midwest or Chicago, you can keep it. Walking from the Union Station to the Board of Trade in February was a survival situation. I'm a Navy guy. I need a beach. I need sun. And looking around the trading firm, I'm like, you know what? I can do this, and I can do it a hell of a lot better than they do it. So we started Top Gun Options 2009, 2010, and we've trained literally tens of thousands of investors just like you to succeed. What's Top Gun Options look like? On the left side of this wall, we have our training environment, right? You go to the simulator building. I didn't read a book on flying the Hornet and run out to an F-18. I would have been dead in 5 minutes. You went to the simulator building. So in our training environment, we have a couple services. We have Solo Amazon, where we just trade. Say it with me. Amazon. And then we have our full throttle training, which we'll talk about today. Once you're ready to get airborne, once you do read the book on flying a Hornet and you go to the simulator building, then you can get airborne and actually execute the mission. So on the right side of the fence, we have our investment clubs where I trade. You get to see my personal account, which is up 130% right now in what's called the Hunters or the Max Afterburner group. That's our lifetime membership. But today, once we get airborne, we're going to talk about our full throttle training and how you can get up to speed really quickly with 8 training sessions and our live trade briefs. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, you're actually sitting, in a little bit, at 10 a.m. every Tuesday, we do what's called the primary live trade brief. So you're actually almost I'm going to treat you like you're a current Top Gun Options member in one of our live trade briefs. Here's the 8 sessions you're going to get access to. Wiz, I have no idea what an option is. Guess what? We take a building block approach, just like most people show up to Pensacola, Florida, Naval Air Station, don't even know what an airplane looks like. In a short amount of time, the Navy's going to get you up to speed and being a steely-eyed killer flying off of an aircraft carrier. Same thing here at Top Gun Options. You don't even have to know what a call is, a put is, but in a short amount of time, you're going to get airborne and you're going to be able to do it. Real quick, like I said, here's kind of our normal weekly flight schedule. Every Monday at 10 a.m., we do Solo Amazon. Every Tuesday at 10 a.m., we do the primary live trade brief. Wednesday, we do weekly options. And Thursday, we do what's called accelerated retirement. Now, Solo Amazon is kind of our gateway drug. It's very inexpensive on a monthly or annual basis. It's kind of if you want to get your feet wet. So as I wrap up in a little bit, I'll show you how you can join Solo Amazon if you just want to kind of check us out, or if you're ready to get airborne and do the full throttle program, you get access to this stuff over here. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about, and we're going to get airborne and do some investing and some trading. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to treat you like you're in a regular brief. Okay, so let's go ahead and get airborne here. It's called SOT. Let's just start with that. Strategic, operational, tactical. Now, if some of you logged in this morning going, okay, what's this dude talking about? Where are the trades? You probably should leave now because you're going to be miserable and you're going to be broke and you're a tactical trader. And if that is you, I can't believe you're here now because you should be broke. SOT. Strategic, operational, tactical. Tactical is where we trade. But folks, you don't get airborne and go to drop bombs without knowing what the strategy is, the overall what's going on, situational awareness, right? So I always start my briefs with a 10, 15-minute strategic brief. Let's pick up the binoculars and look around the globe. Because trust me, ladies and gentlemen, global events impact your portfolio. Everybody remember the Brexit vote, or when Russia invaded Ukraine, or I can ripple off scores of international events where if you're a tactical trader sitting with your cup of coffee and wearing your bunny slippers, you're looking at your portfolio going, why is my portfolio getting destroyed? What the hell's the Greek debt crisis and why do we care about it? So you have got to start every trading day with a strategic brief. What's going on around the globe? Then we peel the onion one layer back, and it's called operational. Then we take a look at what's going on here in the United States, what's going on with interest rates, inflation, what Jerome Powell said recently, how are earnings looking, what's going on in Congress, are we going to have a government shutdown? So strategic, then operational, then tactical. Then and only then can we trade. So if you come into one of my briefs and within a couple minutes you're like, where are the trades? Just leave or don't become a member because you're doing it wrong. I guarantee you. I don't want to age myself. I've been doing this for over 3 decades, folks. And I kind of know what I'm doing. I've seen it all, man. Trust me. All right. So having said that, let's get airborne. Whether it's Ukraine, which is an absolute shit show, or what's going on in Israel, which is also a shit show, it's going to impact your portfolio. It looks like Ukraine's done. I think Zelensky's in Washington this week, again, with hat in hand, over $100 billion we've given to Ukraine. Don't know where it went. Anytime Republicans demanded in a Ukraine defense bill to have accountability or have an overseer or nope, couldn't get it through. So Joe Biden's IRS wants to know where every transaction you do on Venmo goes. But, you know, we're just going to airdrop money into Eastern Europe and weapons. By the way, most of the weapons Hamas and Hezbollah are running around killing people with are our weapons. We either bought them or we left them in Afghanistan. What an absolute shit show. Why do I bring this up? Because what do you think China is going to do? Do you think China looks at the train wreck in Ukraine or what's going on in Israel and goes, the U.S. can stand up to us? It's not going to happen. In the next, well, Xi Jinping gave his generals and admirals 2020, he gave them a date. You be ready to invade Taiwan by 2027. If you want to make command in the Chinese People Liberation Army or not get shot, you're prepared before that date. So Xi Jinping will take Taiwan. I guarantee it. So you tell me, tactical trader, if you're sitting in your bunny slippers, drinking coffee, watching CNBC, what is going to happen to your portfolio when, not if, Xi Jinping takes Taiwan? 30% of the semiconductors made on this planet, it's going to be ugly. So I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, 2024 is going to be a horror around the globe, as if it isn't already. It's only going to get worse. And you have got to be ready to trade the worst. Let me be totally clear. I tell people I'm bipolar, and so am I. Half of me is whiz. I'm going to tell you how I feel as an American, and it's heartbreaking to see all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm going to take off my flight suit. I'm going to put on a $10,000 Armani like Gordon Gekko and say, good, I'm going to print money off of horror and stuff like that. If that doesn't hit you right, go buy a dog. And, I'm here to teach you how to make money. I told you I prefer volatility. I prefer a down market, but that's Gordon Gekko. I don't prefer people getting hurt and losing money. But at the end of the day, folks, if your 401k is turning into a 101k, that's your fault. You can blame Joe Biden. You can blame world issues. I don't. I showed you my personal portfolio that's ripped higher as everything's gotten worse. Men lie, brokerage accounts don't. That's my E-Trade account right there, and 133%. So world's going to get worse. Now, having said that, good article in the Wall Street Journal recently about Wall Street puts a sell on its China holdings. Institutional investments in the nation have plunged as its economy slows and property market craters. A bit of an awakening. So if you read this article in the Wall Street Journal recently talking about China and how money's flowing out, and Ray Dalio and Bridgewater, who have been, let me give you the cliff notes here. Buy China. Whoa, Wiz, hold on. This Wall Street Journal article says money's flowing out of China, this, that, and the other thing. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think China is going out of business? Do you think Xi Jinping, it doesn't matter if the Chinese economy implodes. It's done that before. What do Chinese people do? Do they complain to their local congressman? You pick up a phone to call and complain somewhere in China and you disappear. So ladies and gentlemen, I hate talking like this, but look at the FXI. It's the iShares China Large Cap ETF. China goes through these cycles, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, their economy's doing great. Oh my God, they're all going to die. Their economy's doing great. No, they're all going to die. And here's obviously some COVID stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, I would buy the FXI right now with both hands. China is not going out of business. Did you see what happened when the communist dictator flew to one of his prefectures in San Francisco? They shut down San Francisco, cleaned all the crap off the sidewalks, and hid the homeless people and put up Chinese flags. So they'll clean up a Democrat city for a Chinese communist dictator, but not for its citizens. I got it. But did you see the dinner? Xi Jinping gave a dinner where all of our nation's business leaders went and kissed his ass, gave him a standing ovation. So let's be clear. As Wiz, I think it's disgusting. It's a disgrace. I hope China's economy implodes and they go out of business. It's not going to happen. As Gordon Gekko right now, you buy the FXI with both hands, period. As we get tactical, if you want a couple trades on China, we'll talk about that. But look at the FXI. Since as an American, you can't directly buy Chinese stocks, this is a gateway drug, right? Shrimp are a vehicle for eating cocktail sauce. The FXI is a vehicle for eating Chinese stocks, and I would buy it with both hands. Charlie Munger, rest his soul, or Warren Buffett would tell you what. You walk in to the theater when everybody's running out, when somebody screamed fire. When there's panic, when there's blood in the streets, you buy. And that's what's going on with FXI right now. Okay, so that's what's going on. I'd be a buyer of China. When Wall Street says sell it, first of all, folks, when Wall Street talks like this, they already did it. It's already done, right? If you're hearing, hey, Goldman Sachs told their clients this, they already told their clients this, and it's now getting to you, right? So that's why it's good for you to be a member of TOPGUN Options, because I'm wired into this stuff, folks, and I know what's going on. So you're going to get this stuff early. But when Wall Street says sell something, they probably already did it, and they're already getting ready to buy, right? So they're always out of cycle and out of phase with you. Okay. Another good article, when bond yields dropped, the everything rally kicked off, right? Isn't that so? Recently, you've seen everything going up. You've seen you've seen Bitcoin going up. You've seen gold going up. You've seen all sorts of stuff going up. So guess what? It is time to wait. Hold on 1 second. Let me do something real quick. Do that, and then also do this. Okay, good. So everything rally has been going up here. right? We've been going straight up. When did we start going straight up in this November rally? Ladies and gentlemen, do you remember what happened with the 10-year? When it broke 5, when the Treasury broke 5, the stock market got absolutely destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. What did Janet Yellen, our Treasury Secretary, do? Went down to the basement of the Treasury and turned on the printers and made more crap. It is crap. The U.S. dollar is not worth the paper it's printed on. It's backed by the full faith and credit of, okay, right. So when bond yields dropped, the everything rally kicked off. Stocks, bonds, crypto, and gold are surging, sparking worries of a fleeting sugar high. Now, I'm going to teach you a lot of wizisms here at Top Gun Options. Trade the market you have, not the one you want. If you took that whiz in that picture, 2006, 2007, in that picture, and dropped him into this brief right now, and I was like, oh, wait, there's a war in Europe right now? Yeah, there's a war in Europe. There's a war in Israel right now. Well, that doesn't shock me. China's this, interest rates are this, inflation's this. I'd be like, oh my God, man, the market's at zero, right? No, it wouldn't. It's not at zero. Wiz, you're an idiot. Go back to 2006. I was one of the few on the planet who in 2008, I remember sitting at the news desk at the Options News Network going, please, Federal Reserve, do not jump into safe capitalism. Things need to fail. But it's the end of the Bush era, the cokehead, not the naval aviator one. The end of the Bush era. Here comes Barack Hussein Obama. Don't even get me started. Everybody gets a trophy. The market can't fail. Here comes the Fed. We're just going to print money out of thin air. And here we are, man. Here we are. This is a MacGyver market. It's being held up on nothing. A string, a paper clip, and a bubblegum wrapper. I'm telling you, and I'm old enough to remember this. I call it the Fred Sanford, rally. Once every episode, Fred Sanford would grab his chest and, I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'd have a heart attack, and this is the big one. We will have a big one someday, guys. We keep kicking this can down the road. We're 33. Your mind can't even imagine this. $33 trillion in debt. You can't even trade the market you have, not the one you want. But I will be ready, and I will pound this market into the dirt. You will see another COVID crash when Ray Dalio and all these smart money guys are on CNBC crying to close the markets because it's not going to work anymore. So this everything rally that we're in right now, folks, is going to end. Markets do not keep going straight up. That's when we get tactical in about 2 minutes here. We're gonna print money in a couple months because there's always a February, excuse my French, shit show. There will be a February shit show, and I'm going to show you how we're going to profit off of it. So it's because bonds broke 5. Janet Yellen's like, oh my God, the market's imploding. We can't let that happen. Janet Yellen, absolute disgrace as a Federal Reserve chief, went to Wall Street and gave keynotes, made $7 million giving crappy keynotes. And now she's the Treasury Secretary. In Washington, you fail up. Janet Yellen, oh my God, man. So we are printing paper. This sugar high will end. Don't get me wrong. I'm bullish. I'm making money on the sugar high, but when it's going to crash, it's even better. So did it come out? Nope. We got 3 minutes to go here, folks. Because this morning, folks, look at this. At 8:30, we get CPI. This is Jerome Powell's favorite inflation indicator. Okay. Oh, it did come out, duh. Wait a minute. All right, in line. Tomorrow we get, because I'm looking at my clock on my computer. It says 9:30. I'm looking at my watch here in Aspen. It's 7:30. Tomorrow we get PPI. Where is it? Down here. So we get PPI. So we got one inflation indicator this morning. We'll get another tomorrow. And then we have what? Jerome Powell. We have the Fed funds rate. There's a 98% chance that they're not raising rates tomorrow. If they raised rates tomorrow, the market would it would be blood in the street. So they're not going to do that. So their statement comes out. The only thing that we care about is what? At 2:30. At 2:30 Eastern tomorrow, Jerome Powell press conference, right? The funnest, the most fun, the funnest half an hour of trading is from 2 to 2:30 tomorrow. When the statement's released, hey, we're going to keep rates unchanged, and then their written word comes out. And there are, you can guess, AI and computers that read their written word. So from 2 to 2:30, the market zips all over the place. I love trading the S&P 500 from 2 to 2:30. And then he starts speaking at 2:30 in the press conference. He reads his prepared remarks, which are porridge. Not too hot, not too cold. I can tell you what his remarks are going to be. After he gets done his prepared remarks, that's when the questions start from the reporters, and it can get really interesting. So, in the past couple months, we've heard Jerome be hawkish. We've heard him be dovish. And when he speaks, the market reacts. So the ultimate question right now is Jerome Powell's inflation fight is succeeding, raising questions about rate cuts. Now, we're going to laugh about this right now because whether it's the Wall Street Journal or CNBC is nothing but cheerleaders, folks. They want him to cut rates. They want him to cut rates. The smart money, the hedge funds who aren't hedged, they call themselves a hedge fund and they don't use options or they don't hedge. Trust me. It's the tail wagging the dog. All these market participants who are long only, they're living, the market's not present, folks. I got up, I did my yoga this morning. I meditated so I could be present. The market is not present right now. Where's the market? Out here in the white space. The market right now is living in June of 2024, where Jerome Powell, it might be cutting interest rates. It's not present right now. I, flying my L-39 around this country, know about inflation. You guys know about inflation. So it's just funny to hear people with a couple houses in the Hamptons say, oh, inflation's licked and everything's great and he should be cutting rates. Are you insane? Go to McDonald's, go buy a loaf of bread, go, we laughed yesterday in our solo Amazon brief, Home Alone, it's Christmas, Home Alone playing all the time. Kevin spent like $19.60 to buy all those groceries. They did the math. Today it's like $80 if he tried to buy all that stuff today. So I will tell you, and you guys know, inflation is not licked right now. It's not even close to the Fed's target rate of 2%. We might be up here at 3-ish. It's not. And again, Donald Trump, folks, I can't stand the dude. You either love him or hate him. Inflation was down here. Men lie, charts don't. Look at inflation, ladies and gentlemen. And then Joe Biden and Democrats. Now, if you don't like that, it's called the truth. Insane, rampant government spending. Insane, rampant government printing. So they blame this on what? Putin, COVID, what else was part of their excuse matrix? It was all bullshit. So you're telling me the trillions and trillions and trillions that you guys are smoking like crack addicts didn't cause inflation. And then we did the Inflation Reduction Act, which even Joe Manchin admits does not, it actually causes inflation. So the standard government, we're going to label something the exact opposite of what it does. The Affordable Care Act, not even close. The Inflation Reduction Act caused inflation. So, yeah, we're on a downturn here, folks. But other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how is the play? Look at the Fed's target rate. So I love politicians, I love Democrats right now going, look, inflation has come down so much. Hey, man, do you remember back here? Do you remember things were cheap? The stock market was good and unemployment was low and there was mean tweets? Ladies and gentlemen, look how high we are above the Fed's target inflation. Jerome Powell went to York, Pennsylvania last month, to to sit down and, have a cup of coffee with business owners. The dude got read the riot act. Where's the picture? There's like a picture in here somewhere. He's like, people are looking at him like, what are you doing? These poor farmers, these poor people. And if you're a business, folks, are you looking to lower the prices? People, I briefed this last week at Top Gun Options. It was a CNBC article. It's called doom spending. You see all these idiots on CNBC like, oh, the consumer's strong and everything's great. Are you insane? People are doom spending. They are maxed out on their credit cards, and then they go and open another one, and they're not paying those. I reported on the credit bureaus recently saying credit scores are getting destroyed right now. We are, for the first time, I think it was last month or 2 months, I think 2 months ago, we crossed in the United States $1 trillion in credit card debt. So Americans are doing what's called doom spending. There's no such thing anymore as a debtor prison. You don't want to pay your credit card bill? Don't pay your credit card bill, folks. So don't tell me that the consumer is, quote, strong. So we already got the CPI report. We already talked about that. But let's read this. Firm underlying inflation could complicate prospect for interest rate cuts. Goods, gasoline prices likely drove decline. Economists say service cost gains prove more persistent. So I believe tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, that Jerome is going to tell us he ain't done. But the market doesn't care what he has to say, even if he's got 25 more points in him of another hike. I think we got at least one, maybe two more hikes. But I am going to stick with a mid-2024 cut. I think Jerome, halfway through next year, will be cutting rates. And you ready for this? Not because of conditions, it's because the market has forced him to. And that's someplace we simply should not be. All right. So, like I said, I'm treating you like you are a current member here in a live trade brief. So let's go look at Amazon. Yesterday, we put on an Amazon bull put spread. Look at that. It's up 55%, 58% in a day. So yesterday, let's go take a look at Amazon. Amazon, we put on a bull put spread yesterday as Amazon opened up down. Look at this. We put on a bull put spread in the solo Amazon brief right here. And look at that. We are ripping higher. So in the solo Amazon brief yesterday, when we put on this bull put spread, I said, hey, you know what? I think if Amazon pops, we might look to step into what is called a tactic called an iron condor. So an iron condor is a range-bound trade. So this is why if you just trade stocks, you're a chump. And I don't mean that in an offensive way. I mean that you're a chump. Look at this screen. Look at Amazon for the past 10 days. Up, down, up, super up. If you bought and held Amazon stock, how much money did you make in here? Zero. Matter of fact, first of all, you don't make money or lose money until you close the position. But my point being is, guess what I've been doing for the past month and a half that Amazon's been stuck in a range? I've been printing money. Let's look at a 1 month chart. Anybody see a trend here? Oh my God, Amazon's going to die. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. It's a heart rate monitor here, folks. So if you're just a stock trader, you look at that chart and you're like, please go up, right? As a stock trader, you can make money three ways: buy, hope, and pray. You buy Amazon, you hope it goes up, and if it doesn't, you pray. Not me, man. We can make money as an options trader if Amazon goes up, down, or sideways. So I currently have a bull put spread on out to Friday. Let's take a look at this trade. It's up $400 in a day. So between now and Friday, I'm risking $4,000 to potentially make $1,000. It's up. There's a 91% probability of making $1,000 this week. Okay. I sold the 42 I'm sorry, 142, 141 bull put spread. Okay. So as long as Amazon's above 142 by Friday, I make $1,000 this week. $1,000 in a week, that's 52 grand in a year. But I also don't believe Amazon's just going to sit here and keep ripping higher, because it has been in this range. It's been as high as 149, but the roof really looks like it's up here at 147. But look at this morning. Let's open today's. We'll do 3-day. We got a little bit of a pop through 147. So I am actually going to sell a bear call spread out to Friday. Okay. Maybe up here at about the 148, 149. Okay. And I did 50 contracts, 50 contracts. Let's be a little conservative. I'm going to do, now we're getting tactical. We're in the tactical part of my brief. I'm going to sell 50 of Friday's 149 calls. That's me. I'm putting a roof on it, right? The bull put spread is the basement, the 142, 141 bull put spread. Okay. It's already up 50%, $500 in a day. Now let's put the roof on it. Okay. Before I talk through this, if you don't think you should put a roof on it this week, if Jerome Powell tomorrow is a dove, the market's going to rip higher. Amazon will too. However, if Jerome Powell is a hawk tomorrow, the market's actually going to implode. So there ain't no risk without reward. So if you do think that there's the potential of Amazon just ripping higher by the end of the week, you don't put a lid on it right now. Okay, whoa, look at that. Damn it. So as I'm sitting here talking, it was at 21 cents. We could have made 3 cents so far. We could have made $150 as I'm sitting here rambling. Because you see this, I should have come over here and fired this bear call spread earlier, but I've been on a roll. Let's let Amazon settle for a little bit. Yep, there we go. Let's see if it gets back on the horse here and starts climbing a little bit higher. But let's keep talking about our tactic, okay? So a bear call spread is technically the roof. By Friday, I don't think it's going to be above a certain strike, and that's the 149 strike. So I could sell 50 of Friday's 149 calls. I'd buy the 150s, 20 cents, okay? And I usually give my members a range, plus or minus. What do I mean by that? 20 cents plus or minus 2 cents. If it means the stock is moving and you're getting a live demonstration as this is happening. So it's, excuse me, it's already down to the 18 cents range that I'd be willing to take. And as I keep talking, Amazon keeps falling. So in this case, maybe we go down. Let's just roll these down. Maybe we do the 148, 149 bear call spread, okay? Because Amazon is starting to pull back down here. Let me put the three-day chart back up here in the background. See, so now we're getting back down into this range. Wow, Amazon's really selling off. So let's do that. I'm gonna do this one. Now let's look at the metrics of this trade. As soon as I click on Analyze, the first place you should look is not max potential profit. You ready for this? When I click on this, I want you to look at the sad face or the angry face. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Max potential loss. Don't ever look up here first. Max potential profit. Why? Because who doesn't want to make $1,200 in the next 3.5 days? Raise your hand. Of course you do. Do you want to lose $3,800? No. I can't lose $3,800. Then why would you look at that first? As an aviator, as a pilot, I'm going to tell you, you have got to look at max potential loss first. If you're not, and I'm going to use the word okay. Nobody's okay with losing $3,800, but you have to acknowledge that. Like, that is the max potential loss. Okay. I teach you at TOPGUN Options to have what's called an SOP, a standard operating procedure. Okay. My SOP usually is to not risk more than 5% of my model portfolio on any one trade. Where did I come up with that? 33 years of doing this. That's where I came up with that. When I was a young options trader, I wouldn't even know what my risk was because I'd look at hey, I could make $1,000 in this trade. Yay. And then I'd get blown out. And I'm like, oh my God, I lost $4,000 on that trade. I can't. So you have to come up with your own SOP. What is your max risk tolerance? Okay. So this is right around $3,800. This is right in my wheelhouse of risk. Okay. Let me go back, move this over and see what Amazon's doing. Whoa, stop. Sticky mouse. So we're back down in this range and Amazon's really starting to give this back. So we had to pop up to 147 and now it's giving that back. I'm going to grab screenshots of this because I will send out a text and email alert to my members that I'm legging into an iron condor with this bear call spread. So let me grab a screenshot. Look at my watch, make sure we're on time. Amazon, what's today's date? 12/12. Okay. Then I'm going to click this and grab a screenshot of that screen. So at Top Gun Options, folks, you don't have to be in a live trade brief. You can watch the replay later in the day, but you are going to get a text and email alert as soon as I place this thing. Well, not as soon as I get done the brief, because I'm going to keep talking here for a little bit. Amazon 12/12 metric. Now, let's do a little iron condor training here, folks. Since I already have a bull put spread on the basement and I'm putting on a bear call spread, the max risk of the total iron condor isn't 3,800. It's going to be a fraction of that. It might be $2,000. Why? Because you cannot be the most unluckiest trader in the world. By Friday, let me show you what the range is going to be here. Let's open up the 5 days here. So I sold, again, I think we got to go to 10 days. Here we go. That's better. So right now, folks, I have a basement on down here. I have a 142 bull put spread, and we're about to sell the 148 bear call spread. Okay. So if by Friday, Amazon stays between those yellow lines, we're going to make $2,200 in Amazon in a week. That's pretty damn cool. But the max risk isn't going to be that $3,800 or the $4,000 of the bull put spread. Why? Because you can't lose on both trades. Only one of them can be threatened technically. I call this a football trade. As long as Amazon goes through the uprights, or hell, it can even hit an upright up here, one of these, as long as the football stays in. The football, ladies and gentlemen, can't go through a meat slicer in the middle of the kick and it go outside both of the uprights. It's just physically impossible, right? So you can't lose on both spreads. You can only potentially lose on one of them, right? So that's why when I look at the max risk of this bear call spread, it's currently sitting here saying $3,800. That's not true because I cannot lose on both of those trades. Okay. Let's go back and look at this though. Is Amazon recovering a little bit? This is why I'm, at Top Gun Options, I tend to give two types of trades. And I'll say this. One is an aggressive trade and one. So the aggressive trade would be that 148, 149. But see, I'm good. I'm sitting here going, you know what? It's not called amateur hour for no reason. This is amateur hour, folks, right? So we got the gap up, the gap down, the market opened, 19 minutes ago. Then we kind of settle in for the rest of the day. So let's hang on for a second. The 148, 149 bear call spread would be the aggressive one. Okay. That's the one we did, right? I'm having short-term memory loss here. Nope, that's the bull put spread. Here it is. Yeah, 148, 149. Jeez, my God, man. I'm saving my brain power for my flights home. I got to do. So that would be the more aggressive bear call spread. If you want a little bit of breathing room, maybe look at the 149, 150. Okay. This would be a little less aggressive. Okay. Same thing, 50 contracts, but this one, it's just like my bull put spread. This would be the exact mirror of the bull put spread, risking 4 to make a grand. You know what? I like this one a little bit better. So one more time, aggressive, 148, 149, conservative, 149, 150. But even as I'm talking to you, Amazon decided to roll over again. But this is trading, folks. So I'm going to hang. See, look, this is amateur. We're still in amateur hour here, so we're chopping around. So I'm going to sit on my hands. How about, because I prefer the 149, 150, and I like it at 20 cents. Okay. So I'll actually do that. Let me put that in at this order. And it looks like maybe we'll do 21 cents. I'm going to put this order in for 21 cents. Extra 50 bucks. So I'm going to fire that. This is in my real brokerage account, my personal brokerage account. And you're not here to learn about these, but check this out. So I will send a text and email out, but that's after I get done briefing in 9 minutes. But if you're in our Max Afterburner group, which is our lifetime members, you get this trade immediately. Okay, so this is, we have, how many people in here? We have 255. So we have 2 threads. This is where we post all our intel and our commentary. It's over in here. And then this is our trades only thread, which is where we post our trades only. So Amazon. So I'm going to post this trade in here. So legging into Amazon weekly iron Condor. Okay, so these guys and gals get the trades immediately, instantaneously. So fire that one. Arrow, what's the MDMA news? Oh man, I'm going to have to go look. Let's go back and look at that. And then this is called the Hunters. This group over here is called the Hunters. It's not lifetime membership. They're still paying their monthly or annual things, but they get access to this investment club. So let me throw this in here. And then the regular folks get a text and email shortly. But let's go look at what Arrow posted, because I am big into the psychedelic space. Obviously. No kidding. Breaking news, MAPS files new drug application with the FDA for MDMA assisted therapy for PTSD. Boom. This is why the psychedelic names, I guarantee you, are pompous. Is it Compass? They should all be moving. Look at that, 5% today. Folks, if you look at that gap up, buy Compass with both hands. You should be buying the psychedelic names with both hands at this point, folks. By the middle of next year, when Jerome Powell's cutting interest rates, by the middle of next year, MDMA will be legal for therapeutic use. And it will save and change lives. I guarantee you. You want a free stock tip, man? It is by the psychedelic names. Compass, MindMed. Write these down, folks. I didn't think I was going to talk about these today. Write these down. CMPS, MNMD, MindMed, and this one, ATAI, ATAI. And then the last one will be Cybin, CYBN. I'm not that guy standing near a water cooler saying, hey, this is the next hottest stock tip, but I absolutely am today. You should buy the public psychedelic names with both hands. Period. Now I'm going to warn you. It's the internet 1999. There's a Netscape, a Pets.com, an Amazon, and a Google. You buy the right two, you're filthy rich. You buy the wrong two, you're broke. It is the wild, wild west, folks. But you have, and yeah, exactly, Barry. You can buy PSIL, P-S-I-L. It's an ETF that tracks all of those names. Wow. This is great news, folks. We knew this day was going to come, but let me give you this. Ladies and gentlemen, the phase 3 trials from MAPS is insane. They took people, you ready for this, with non-treatable PTSD. Last time I looked at the words non-treatable, it meant it's non-treatable. Those people are gone. First phase 3 trial with MDMA, 67% showed zero signs of PTSD. They were clinically healed. So you know what MAPS did after that insane results? They're like, let's find a harder group of PTS of people in America suffering from PTS and redo it. We want harder cases. 71%. You read this stuff on your own. Don't trust me. 71% showed zero signs of PTSD. I want that to sink in. 22 to 44 veterans take their own lives every day. Do you know how many lives could have been saved and will be saved when MDMA is legal for therapeutic use? I am so happy. Thank you, Arrow, for sharing that with us, because that makes my heart smile. Martin, MAPS is the Multidisciplinary Association of Psychedelic Science. I went out to the MAPS conference in Denver in July and had an absolute blast. 14,000 people. Aaron Rodgers was out there, Governor Perry, veterans, hippies. The new day is coming. That makes my heart smile. What time is it? Shit, I got 3 minutes left and I got to turn it over to Jody. I don't even have time to sell you anything, but I will. Hey, if you're looking for a gateway drug to join Top Gun Options, $97 a month. It's our least expensive service. We trade in that service is Amazon. We just legged into an iron Condor, and it's $97 a month. That's the gateway drug to join Top Gun Options. Let me give you the link. That is, last night Matthew and I went out to a steak place here in Aspen. That was the price of a steak. Or if you know what, I'll give you a 20, let me do the mental math, 22% discount, 25. You get a 25% discount if you do an annual membership today. How about that? There's the annual link. But if you like the full throttle stuff with Solo Amazon, I'm kind of past that. Great. Then either do full throttle monthly for $295. $497 gets you access to this, our investment club. You just saw how I live every one of my trades goes in the investment clubs, and every one of my trades has resulted in 133% return year to date. So it's called the Hunters. Okay. So that's the middle option right there. But to be honest with you, you only do this for a couple months. I will give you a 50% discount if you do the full throttle annual. So if you want to check out the Hunters, the investment club, and full throttle at $497 for a couple months, then give us a call and upgrade. Take the annual, folks, or do the annual today and get the 50% discount. Okay, let me give you the link to that. I am so glad I had no time to even market any of this stuff. But this was, ladies and gentlemen, this was kind of a regular live trade brief. This was a normal, I treated you like a normal Top Gun Options member. So with that, man, I have got to jump in the car. Matthew and I got to head out to Rifle Airport, and then we're flying 5 legs back to South Florida, man. So I gotta haul butt and get home. So okay. So with that, let me take the opportunity to introduce one of our great strategic partners, Jody Samuels. Jody is one of the 500-pound heads in the industry. She's one of North America's leading coaches for successful traders, and she created the FX Traders Edge program. She was with a international investment bank for about 15 years trading currencies. She's one of my go-to gals on this issue. So I love Jody. She's, like I said, a 500-pound head in the space, and I am very, very proud to introduce her. So Jody, let me give you the controls real quick and let you take over, and then I will get out of your way. So when you got it, you can take it, young lady.
Thank you. Thanks so much for that introduction. Share screen. Oh, I did this again wrong. Drop down. Okay. Okay, can you see the screen?
You got it, Jody. We see Wavy Tunnel Pro.
Amazing. Well, I enjoyed your presentation. Have a good flight.
I appreciate it. Yep. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Thanks, Jody.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to talk about something completely different today, using a simple timing tool to find trades.